Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Today's topic. This one might hit hard. So I'm going to warn you. I might be talking about you. Don't take offense. Today's topic. Are you a trader or a juggler? Now, you probably have an image of a clown or somebody, tossing balls up in the air or bowling pins, and they're juggling. They're usually juggling three or more. The reason I ask this question is simple. I get a lot of emails from people, traders, and they ask me questions, and they talk about they want to do this system, then they want to do that system. They're basically juggling systems, and they wonder why they're not consistent. Now, we've talked about consistency before. How can you be consistent if you're inconsistent? In fact, somebody replied they thought it was funny, consistently inconsistent. But that's what many people who attempt to trade do. 1 minute, 1 day, 1 week, they're doing one system and then they flip-flop. Or sometimes during the day, they'll do 4 or 5 different systems and they wonder why they're not successful. Now, of course, you might say, well, Rumpled One, you yourself, you've got the milk the cows system, you've got your horizontal lines, you've got the rat system, you've got all these different systems and methods. You sound like a juggler yourself. But there's one difference between me and the rest. When I do one system, that's all I do at the time. I completely focus on that one system. And there are certain times when I'd want to do one system, and then after a certain time I'd do another. But that has to do with statistics and knowing when it's time to switch. But for people first learning a system, you would probably want to stick with it for, I would say, somewhere between 3 and 6 months before you switch. And not only are you juggling systems, you might be juggling instruments. One day you're trading one stock, the next day you're trading another stock, or today you're trading a euro dollar, tomorrow you're trading a euro yen, the next day you're trading a Canadian dollar, and you're just all over the place. No, one method, one instrument. That's why I had that system milk the cows. I can't tell you how many days in a row all I traded was the same stock. I remember back when Taser was hot. That's all I traded. Day in, day out. Taser, Taser, Taser. And I did that with Apple. I did that with Google. I mean, I would just milk those cows until they were dry, until it was time to move on, where that particular instrument was no longer working with my system, and I just find another one and go back, use the same system, but find another instrument. And with milk the cows, I mean, it's pure trading. It's so boring. You sit there, all you're doing is you're watching the chart. It hits the line, you click enter, and then either you stop out or you hit your profit, and then you're done. You're gone, and you do it day after day after day after day, week after week after week, month after month after month. And that's how you become consistent. It's really simple. And with currencies, it's the same thing. I mean, if I was a pound dollar trader, you see here, the frequency distribution of the range tells me it's going to move 40 pips or more, usually 85% of the time or so. You can see it right here. So I just set up my little chart, and all I do is I sit back and I wait. And I wait. Of course, I could put pending orders in, but I can see here where from the open to the high minus the open only happened 14 times out of the last 100 days. You see the average range is 68, but you can see where the frequency distribution falls. So here's the average range right here. It says 68, but there's a lot of days where it's less, but it can still be profitable using the buy zone. Because see, if you get here between +8 and +10, then you're looking to make 5, 10 pips or more most of the time. It's very simple, but on the other hand, it's very boring. There's no thought process in this method of trading. And see, I think that's where a lot of traders get tripped up. And I've even posted before, basically systems like this, you're a trained monkey. When the monkey sees the price hit the line, the monkey clicks buy and gets a banana. Then when the monkey sees profit, he clicks again and he gets another banana. It's that simple. You could train a monkey to do it. Or some people say, well, you could write an EA. You know, to me, EAs on MT4, I just don't believe in them. I mean, anything that has something called magic number just seems a little hokey to me, but that's just my own personal bias. So I just write the indicators that tell me, hey, buy zone, click enter, then it's like, okay, you got 10 pips or more. Either, use your exit playbook. Do you want to stop out? Do you want to take off part of position? Do you want to put a trailing stop on? You select your exit accordingly to what you see at the time. But fellow traders, once again, I'm going to ask you, are you a trader or are you a juggler? What are you? Because if you're flipping back and forth between systems, if you're flipping back and forth between instruments, then you're a juggler. You're not a trader. And as always, fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. The Rumpled One, signing off.